Thank you very much for your kind invitation, Mr. Chairman, and all colleagues present here to talk about probiotics, the set of the art. I would also thank Sanofi for inviting me. And today we will talk about the microbiota revolution. There is now a discovered world that in the past was an undiscovered world about the role of microbiota and also probiotics after on the pathogenesis of so many GI and non-GI diseases. When we talk about microbiota, we have to face that we have two main superfamilies. The first one is Firmicutes, 60 to 80%. The second one is Bacteroidetes, 20 to 40%. Then we have smaller families of bacteria in our gut, especially Clostridium, and Faecalibacterium prosnitzi is a Clostridium. It's very important because it's endowed with anti-inflammatory properties. Just to give you an idea, patients with IBD, Crohn and ulcerative colitis show a very low concentration of Faecalibacterium prosnitzi. So, Faecalibacterium prosnitzi could be in the future the cure for IBD. Then we have proteobacteria, E. coli, but also H. pylori are proteobacteria. This slide is very important because what show you is very clear. If we look at 80 species, we look at 80 species in this room, they are present in about 100% of subjects. So we are equal for these 18 species. But when we go deep inside and we select 57 species, we found that they are found in 90% of subjects. And you know what does it mean? It means that we are not equal. So there is an intervariability of the bacteria in our gut, which is important because it correlates with the health of diseases. So the predisposition of diseases may be related to the presence or absence of some bacteria in our gut. So what is the most important concept? The most important concept is eubiosis. Eu means good, bios means life. And to have a eubiosis, we need diversity, richness, and relative abundance. You know, the gut microbiota is like the world or the polity. If in the world there are only Italian, or only American, or only people from Morocco, it's bad. We need diversity, because with diversity we have a new idea, new way of thinking, we have developing. It's the same for microbiota. We need, a relational harmony between among all those species, and microbiota and host live in a cooperative, systemic aggregation model. When we have any conditions able to disrupt eubiosis, we move to dysbiosis. And what are those conditions? Antibiotics. The use of antibiotics may be very bad, especially high dosage, for prolonged time, because there is a strong impact, negative impact on the gut microbiota. Then we have infection, other kind of, for food is very important, in the modulation of the gut microbiota. And dysbiosis is really the mother of digestive and extra-digestive diseases. If we have dysbiosis and we want to modulate our gut microbiota, how can we do it? We can do it by modifying our diet. This is very important because diet show a very strong impact on the gut microbiota composition, removal of predisposing condition, but we can also use intervention, so the biotherapy, which means prebiotics, probiotics, and symbiotics. Let's just make the example of Bacillus clausi. Bacillus clausi is a prokaryota, and the phylum is Firmicutes. This is very important because, as I showed you before, Firmicutes represent the most, represented species inside the gut microbiota. The genus is Bacillus, the species Bacillus clausi, and the subspecies is Bacillus clausi OC, NR, SIN, and T. It's on the market since 1958, so very long history about Bacillus clausi in Europe. And as you know, Bacillus clausi was an Italian product, and together today is Sanofi, of course, company, but is produced in Italy, only in a field, which is Origio. You know why? Because Sanofi wanted to maintain the good quality of its product. If you spread out, the production all over the world, then you will reach to reduce the goodness of the product. We know everything about the taxonomy, the functional property, which is gastric resistance, resistance to biliary solution. We know about the history of antibiotic resistance, which is chromosomal, and I will show you how important is the antibiotic resistant chromosomal, the mechanism of action, and safety and stability. So, Bacillus clausi, its genome was sequenced and published on March 2005. This is a very important message because before 2005, the reference strain was not Bacillus clausi, but Bacillus subtilis. So many studies done in the past, they claim Bacillus subtilis, but they did study with Bacillus clausi. And I will show you an Italian study published in the 80s about the protection of Bacillus clausi against antibiotic-associated diarrhea. Bacillus clausi is a probiotic, but what is the definition? What is a probiotic? As you can see here, probiotics are live microorganisms. I put live in red because to have an action, they should be live. Just to give you an example, if you eat yogurt, yogurt is not, at least the majority of yogurt are not probiotics. They are postbiotics. Because when you ingest yogurt, what happens is that the bacteria present inside the yogurt will die in contact with the gastric acid. So the positive effect of yogurt is what is inside, the brick. Is not the action of the probiotic in our gut. In the case of Bacillus clausi, we have a live microorganism activated, which will later, by the gastric acidity, and is going to form vegetative cells inside our gut. So it's a live microorganism. When administered in adequate amounts, confer health benefit to the host, especially by improving intestinal microbial balance. So we have many species, Bacillus clausi, Lactobacillus, Bifidobacteria, we have single strain and multiple strains. But probiotics are like drugs. If you have diabetes, I cannot say I give you a drug. I have to say I give you insulin, metformin, a specific drug. It's the same for probiotics. So there is a specific indication for each strain. I cannot use all probiotics for all conditions. Okay, this will be a terrible mistake. There is a special indication. And the indication you will find in the WHO guidelines for probiotics. And you will find the claim for each strain. You know, to create a probiotic is very difficult. It's not easy. Because you need to provide information regarding the mechanism of action, okay? And you need to demonstrate for a specific indication, which is not necessarily valid for other indications. And also, you cannot extrapolate the data obtained in children, you know, for adults or all people. If it works in children, it's in children. If it works in children and adults, it's okay. But we have to be very clear about the indication and the year, you know, the patient to apply probiotics. So, what are the optimal characteristics of probiotics? In my mind, to have a perfect, you know, very nice and good probiotics, it should show resistance to gastric acidity and bile, so to remain alive microorganism after injection. Synthesis of antimicrobial substances is very important. In times of antibiotic resistance, having a strain able to produce a natural curing antibiotic is very important. Immunomodulation, competitive interaction with pathogens for specific food, modification of toxin or toxin receptor, safety and stability. And in the example of Bacillus clausi, I will show how Bacillus clausi exerts all those characteristics. So let's go to the resistance to gastric acidity and bile. The mechanism is the sporulation. So Bacillus clausi is spore. When I ingest the spores, of course, there will be a germination which happens with germinium and iridium, and then the formation of the vegetative cells, which are the active form of Bacillus clausi. And there is a replication in our gut. So just to show you how Bacillus clausi is a live microorganism. So when those are the spores, and the spores, as you can see from day 2 to day 18, will go down because there is an increase of the vegetative cells, which are the active forms. But also the synthesis of antimicrobial substances is very important because Bacillus clausi is able to destroy Staphylococcus aureus, Micrococcus, Clostridium difficile. And how it happens, as you can see here, a spot of Bacillus clausi show a reduction in Staphylococcus aureus, because Bacillus clausi is able to produce a natural occurring antibiotics. The name is antibiotics, which is clausin. Okay? L'antibiotics, this is the chemical structure of clausin. Clausin is a real antibiotic. In the future, we may think to produce this clausin in capsules, you know, because now we have a big problem, especially in the Western country, about antibiotic resistance. And clausin is effective against all those species and also Clostridium difficile overgrowth. This is a very important message because today Clostridium difficile overgrowth is a big problem in all Western countries, and is due to the use and abuse of antibiotics. Okay, when we use antibiotics for high dosage and prolonged time, there is a negative remodulation of the gut microbiota and an overgrowth of Clostridium difficile. If Bacillus clausi is able to destroy Clostridium difficile, this is a very clear indication. We have always associated Bacillus clausi together with antibiotic therapy for any reason. The patient has a pneumonia, urinary tract infection, whatever you use antibiotics for children, you have always to associate Bacillus clausi together with antibiotics. Competitive interaction with pathogen for species food is very important because in this study show you how Bacillus clausi is able to detoxify the toxin, the cytotoxin fat induced by Clostridium difficile. If you are the supernatant of Clostridium difficile plus Bacillus clausi, you reduce significantly the toxicity of Clostridium difficile. So this is a real demonstration on how Bacillus clausi is able to detoxify toxin from pathogens in this case, but also Salmonella typhimurium induced diarrhea is the same. If you administer Salmonella to mice and you can see a very strong inflammation in the gut, and you add Bacillus clausi, so you administer Salmonella typhimurium plus Bacillus clausi, you will have a very significant drop of inflammation in the gut. So this means that Bacillus clausi show also a protective effect in case of concomitant infection. Immunomodulation is also very important because Bacillus clausi is able to stimulate the Th1 immune response. You know what is the importance of that field? If you take people, children with allergies, okay, in allergies you have a higher Th2 immune stimulation, which means Th2 decrease Th1. In normal people is the reverse. You have a Th1 immune response like a virus, okay? Th1 immune response and reduce Th2. If you have a strain able to increase the Th1 immune stimulation, then the Th2 will decrease. So there are now many trials in Italy and United States about the protective role of Bacillus clausi against allergies. Of course, it's not a cure for allergies, but preliminary data show that Bacillus clausi is able to reduce asthmatic and atopic dermatitis attacks in children treated with Bacillus clausi. So Bacillus clausi in the study here determine a strong stimulation production of TNF-alpha and activation of Th1 immune response. This is a study on 10 subjects with allergic rhinitis treated with Bacillus clausi 2 billion 3 times per day with a very strong stimulation of the Th1 immune response and as a consequence a reduction of the symptoms of allergic rhinitis. And this is another very important future indication for Bacillus clausi. But when you administer a probiotic, what happened to the GI mucosa at the gene level? So this is a study done, as you can see here, by a group showing that if you take subjects under PPI or PPI plus Bacillus clausi and you perform a duodenal biopsies for gene microarray-analysis, what we found is that there is an upregulation of 158 genes and a downregulation of 265 genes in the GI gut. And what is important is that there was a 4.3 fold change versus control of beta defense, which are natural occurring antibiotics. So again, this is a clear demonstration how Bacillus clausi is improving, increasing our natural defenses against infection and other microorganisms. The modification of toxin receptor is another important issue because you know how many carcinogens we ingest every day by food, by water. So having a strain able to detoxify, those carcinogens may be very important. So this is a study that I'm doing in my lab mice treated with intrarectal distillation of methylnitrosuria, which is a carcinogen. So we divided mice into two different groups. Methylnitrosuria plus Bacillus clavis